Some of us go days without eating. Okay. Ugh. They always conveniently leave out the hinging part. Howdy y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Melina, formerly fat, currently fed up, and today we are checking out some fat acceptance cringe compilations. This video is posted by Cringe Chungus. Very quickly before we get started, this will be the last time you see my Halloween decorations until next year. I will be switching out my decor for fall. Let me know in the comments down below, what kind of decorator are you? There seems to be a lot of people who think that November 1st equals Christmas time. I do not believe in that. I think October 1st through the 31st is Halloween. November 1st through the end of November is autumn/Thanksgiving. And then December 1st through like January 2nd is Christmas. I know a lot of people will disagree with me. That's okay. That's just how I like it. I think autumn/Thanksgiving should have its own month. And before we continue on with my video, my friends Balessa and I are doing another giveaway. Everyone who signs up to my giveaway will be receiving a free rose suction toy with their order. You all know that I value health and wellness, and that includes sexual wellness. Balessa is a bi-woman company whose mission it is to empower everyone to embrace, explore, and celebrate their sexuality. Just to quickly show you what you'll get in your order for free is the viral rose toy. Look how cute it is. It looks like an actual rose. It has 10 different modes and it fits perfectly in the palm of your hand to give you complete control over your pleasure. Last video, I showed you guys my absolute favorite, which is the Pebble. First of all, their charging cases are extremely discreet and compact. They look like little compact mirrors. And yes, I said it's this charging case, so you can plug it in and it charges it. Well, Balessa has come out with, drum roll please, the Pebble Pro. This is the next generation of the Pebble, but with more power. It has a stronger and more powerful motor compared to the original Pebble. And it's basically 4 toys in one. You have the vibration, you have the suction, and you have the flicking attachment. Up next, you have the thumping attachment, which allows for rhythmic tapping. And you have the original sucking attachment, which is my personal favorite. This one also vibrates, of course. So it's basically, listen how strong that is. That's on the first setting. So if you need power, the Pebble Pro is going to be your girl. Another favorite is the thump. And it comes in this adorable case that looks like a glasses case. Again, very discreet. This one has been designed to replace all external clit vibrators. If you've never experienced this feeling, I highly suggest you get one of these vibrators that have the thumping function on it. It is very unique. Then, of course, you have the traditional vibrating. And last but not least, you do have suction on this end. Thank you guys so much for interacting with my sponsorships. It really does help grow my channel. And again, anyone who enters my giveaway will receive a free suction rose toy with whatever order you get. Thank you again to Balessa for sponsoring this video, and let's get right into it. The words on the screen says, anytime someone tries to give me nutrition or, quote, health advice.
Hi there. Is there a project you're working on? I know more than you.
And it says being fat and Anna. It's giving very Amber Lynn Reed when she was like, she just doesn't understand nutrition like I do.
It breaks my heart because she doesn't understand nutrition like I do, and I don't.
Sure, you might know about these topics, but if you're not actually implementing it, how much do you truly know? But also, you really shouldn't be giving unsolicited health and nutrition advice to people who don't ask, because they're not going to take it and they're not going to apply it. That is the main reason why I created my Instagram account, is because I kept sending my friends and my family who were unhealthy articles and studies and things trying to scare them into becoming healthy, because I want the people in my life to live as long and as happy and healthy as they can. And if you are obese, that is simply not the case. And I soon realized that sending these things to people doesn't really help, unfortunately. You can send them everything that you want, but until they are ready to actually make a change, then they are not going to make a change. So I created my Instagram, and now I post all that stuff there. So people who actually want that type of information, they can go there and get it themselves. So now I don't say anything. It's actually kind of related. So Whenever I see someone in my real life that has lost weight and I don't know if it's because they are on a weight loss journey, I don't say anything. I don't say anything because one, you don't know what they are going through. You don't know if they are sick. You don't know if they are depressed. You don't know if they're doing it in an unhealthy way. So I simply just don't comment on it. And a lot of times on Reddit, people will post in the r/lose it like, oh, I've lost like 30, 40, 50 pounds. And I notice a difference in myself, but no one else is saying anything to me. And most of the comments are like, well, most people just don't want to comment on other people's bodies if they lost weight because the reasons I just said earlier. So unless I know, like there is a few people at work have lost weight, but there is one person I know that has been doing it the right way, going to the gym, eating healthier, blah, blah, blah. And I do compliment her because I'm like, damn girl, like she's lost probably 200 plus pounds. And I'm like, you are kicking ass. So she's the only one that I will I will make comments to. What I eat in a day as a fat person.
This is what I eat in a day as a fat person who does not want to lose weight and is eating whatever sounds good. Today I said
What I eat in a day as a fat person who does not want to lose weight and is also eating whatever sounds good. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. That was me in my hinge eating days. I did not want to lose weight. I did not care. And I was eating whatever sounded good, which was just ultra processed crap. At least in my case. We will see what she eats.
started my morning with some coffee. I always do. I made a smoothie bowl for breakfast. I drank lots of water today since I worked out, and I had an afternoon snack of bagel, cream cheese, and grapes. For dinner, I ordered some Chinese takeout, which was so good, and I ended my night with a cupcake.
Smoothie/yogurt bowls, they are a very common health halo food. What a health halo food is food that is traditionally healthy. So smoothies and fruit, granola, I guess, honey, and they present themselves as low calorie. People just automatically assume, oh, this is healthy whole foods. So now that means it is low calorie, which is not the case. Smoothie bowls, acai bowls, yogurt bowls, whatever, are often extremely high calorie. So you need to be careful eating these. She's not trying to lose weight, so it's really whatever, but this could be contributing to the size that she is. We have a yogurt or acai bowl place over here, and their bowls, like the normal sized ones, like this, you can get them like small, medium, or large. And the medium one that I got was like 700 calories with no granola. Because you guys know I have beef with granola. I don't like granola. It is unnecessary unless I'm on like a backpacking trip. But yeah, you need to be very careful with these bowls. If you want to make it yourself, that's great. Just track what you're making because you can easily make this into a 1,000 calorie bowl.
Made a smoothie bowl for breakfast. I drank lots of water today since I worked out, and I had an afternoon snack of bagel.
If I was to make this better, if I wanted this to be my afternoon snack, and I know no one asked me, but this is my channel, so I will talk about whatever I want. I would do this as half of a bagel because full bagels, depending on your activity level, are unnecessary. And I would add some protein with this, especially after working out. I mean, granted, she just walked, so it's not like she's strength training or doing anything crazy. But I would add some lox or some chicken sausage and then eat it just like that.
Cream cheese and grapes.
And she said she got this delivered. I would be very upset if I got this delivered because this looks like something you cook out of a bag. Not good. I'm sure it tastes fine, but all the beige. One thing, if you want to add, like if you're trying to eat healthier and this is the type of food that you're eating, instead of completely revamping everything, I would say try to add something healthy to this. So in this case, maybe cut up some zucchini, or you don't even really have to cook. I mean, you do have to cook zucchini, but the fastest way that I make zucchini, if I don't want to cook, I don't want to do all this work, cut it in half long ways and then put it in your air fryer. Like I have the Ninja Foodie, put it face down. Well, spritz it with some avocado oil, some salt, put it face down, and then air roast it for like, I think 12-ish minutes. Boom, you got your vegetable. So adding in things can make eating healthy easier.
And I ended my night with a cupcake.
And a cupcake, alrighty. If she only ate one cupcake, that is impressive. Because I was not the type, now it's fine, but I was not the type of person that would just eat one cupcake. No. No, 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 no. Those types of cupcakes, let me go back to that. I can't tell if this is a normal size cupcake or a bite-sized one, but back in my heyday, back in my hinge eating days, I would take off the top bit. Is that, I can't tell if that's plastic or if that's like fondue or whatever. Take that off, whatever. Also, Packers suck. I'm just joking. I'm a 49ers fan. I was born into it, okay? I'm in the Bay Area, if you guys were not aware. I would eat maybe 3 or 4 of the full ones. And then I am a frosting girl. I love frosting. Loved, not anymore. I loved frosting. Philip and I were actually talking about this yesterday because it was my mom's birthday and I got them, well, her plus, you know, my family, some really nice homemade, or not homemade, but in-house made cupcakes from this bakery over here. And they have these little mini ones that are bite sized. So I got him and I one and we ate it. It was like a caramel sauce, something, vanilla caramel. I don't know. And then I got the chocolate one and I gave him a bite of mine, even though it was really small. And he was like, oh my God, that frosting was so good. And I said, yeah, this reminds me of the chocolate frosting. I forgot what it's called. I'll put a picture right here. I used to bring that to school, that chocolate frosting and funfetti, not on the same day. I wasn't that crazy. But I would bring frosting in the tub to school and eat that as a snack. I love frosting. Loved frosting. So I would eat 3 or 4 of these and then I would get more because these things usually come in like giant cases. And especially if you're at like a party or like a viewing event or something, no one's eating all of those, right? There's like hundreds of them. And then I would take a few of them and then just eat the frosting off of them and throw away the cake. Okay, this one says how straight-sized people compliment fat people. I hate the whole straight-sized thing. Can you just say healthy weight, normal-sized? I won't say average, I'll say normal because humans, the normal-sized human body is not supposed to be overweight and especially obese. It's just not. So how straight-sized people compliment fat people?
I love that you just wear whatever you want and you just don't care. Like you just don't care what people say. You just wear it.
So brave, so brave, so brave. Brave, 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 brave. So brave.
Good thing you're not then. You would be too powerful.
You're so like statuesque. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to worry about like walking home late at night by yourself because like no one's gonna mess with you.
What? You're not fat. Don't say that about yourself. You're beautiful.
I mean, the really cool thing is that you always know that men really like you for you, you know?
You know, if you lost some weight, you'd be so hot.
I let that one play out in its entirety, but now I will respond to each one. You don't care what people say about you. That goes in line with this one. You are so brave because, I mean, kind of makes sense because if you are out in public wearing certain types of clothes, I'll use Glitter and Bagels as an example. When she wears her bikinis and her swimsuits, if there is a person, a human being that does not fall within the realm of what normal should be or what normal humans should look like, and you can apply this to people who have like burns or scars or like an amputated leg or arm or something. Usually, and a lot of times it's children, but usually people, their eyes are drawn to that and their eyes end up lingering because that's not what normal is. And that's not what they are used to seeing. So, and also people can be very rude and mean to fat people. Do I agree with that? No, especially in public. Like if someone is just simply existing, they're wearing their bathing suit, whatever. Yeah, there's no reason to like sneer and make comments and be mean to them. I don't agree with that. However, people do that. People will laugh. People will point. Yes, it is brave putting yourself in that situation, knowing most people are going to be judging you. Most people are going to be talking about you. Is that okay? No. Does it happen? Yes. So I think that is where that trope of being brave comes from. You'd be too powerful if you were thin. Do people actually say that? I don't know. That's the first time I'm hearing about that one. No one is going to mess with you. I mean, yeah, if you are larger, the chances of people picking on you or trying to kidnap you are going to be smaller. Now, I won't say that people won't try to, I don't want to get this video, well, it might be demonetized anyway. People who are larger still get assaulted. Period. End of discussion. Point blank. Just, yeah, people who are larger, men and women, still get assaulted. It's kind of gross and really weird to me when people think, oh, like no one would want to do that to you. Like, first of all, that type of dynamic, that power dynamic, is not, for the vast majority of the time, is not based on looks. It is simply based off of they want power and control, and they want to hurt people. It doesn't matter how big they are. It doesn't matter how small they are. It doesn't matter how old they are. It doesn't matter how young they are. Disgusting people are disgusting people, and they will be perpetrators to any type of person. So let's just get that weird thing out of here. I can't stand that. But in the sense of like being bullied, like physically, maybe not mentally, or being kidnapped, yeah, I mean, most people, it'll be more difficult, especially because mass moves mass. So big people are strong. Like they're objectively strong because they carry around a lot of weight. You're not fat, you're beautiful. I feel like this isn't really a trope anymore. I think it was maybe in the early 2000s because fat was associated with not being beautiful. But I think she has a very nice face. I think her face is beautiful. I do not think her body is beautiful because I am not attracted to big bodies. Fat and beautiful are not mutually exclusive. Wait, is that how you, fat and beautiful? Let me make sure I'm saying that right. Yeah, because mutually exclusive means two things cannot coexist or be true at the same time. So saying they are not mutually exclusive means they can coexist together, which is what I think. I think fat people can be beautiful. Like Tess Holliday, I always use her as an example. I think her face is very beautiful. I just don't think her body is.
I mean, the really cool thing is that you always know that men really like you for you.
This one is so weird to me because a lot of men, I don't know if I'll say a lot, maybe a lot of men are attracted to bigger women. So I don't think it's like, oh, they're not just with you for your body, when a good chunk of the time they are. So maybe people don't use this one as often either. But I think people, if a man is chasing after you and they know you're bigger and they still want you, there is a part of them, at least I think, that they know, like, yes, they know how big you are. They are still attracted to you, which means they are attracted to you being bigger. Right? I could be wrong. I don't know.
If you lost some weight, you'd be so hot.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with this. I think people look better with lower body fat percentages. I'm not saying stick skinny or rail thin because I'm also not attracted to that. But yeah, I think the vast majority of people, if they lost weight, they would look better. I always say, well, not me. There's like a trend on Instagram where it's like, you're not ugly, you're just fat. And then it's people showing their before and afters. When I was obese in my early 20s, I was class 1 obese. Maybe I'll put in pictures / videos that I post on Instagram about this. I feel like I aged myself because of how big I was. And then also the amount of makeup that I wore back then, because I was clearly very insecure and trying to hide myself. But losing all that body fat, I feel like I look years younger compared to that picture.
All got my video taken down for bullying, and this is exactly why these things are needed, because y'all silence fat voices anytime they don't protect thinness.
I don't think fat voices are being silenced at all. It is now finally at the point where people are speaking up about this, but for years and years and years and years, that is all we heard.
So I went to the doctor today and I wanted...
Oh, was that it? Okay. How to decline getting weighed at the doctor's office. I think this is the goofiest shit in the entire world. If you refuse to get weighed, that points to a whole other slew of issues that you need to figure out. And then also, if you are so happy and proud of being fat, then why aren't you getting weighed? If you love your body and love how big you are, why don't you wear that number with pride?
I wanted to try something new. I wanted to ask that they didn't weigh me, and I was a little nervous, I'll be honest, because I know sometimes doctors push back a lot. Thankfully, mine didn't go
Yes, because your weight is a huge aspect to your health.
too bad. Here's a recording.
I'd like to not get weighed, if that's okay.
Are you sure if there's any medications that make your weight? Do you want to just not look?
No, I just
Don't want your weight? Okay. So that was, the weight is a part of the height, so if I can just take you on the other side and just grab your height.
Okay.
The only reason she had was medication. I'm not on any, so we were set.
So I was tight.
That is so goofy because any type of unexplained slash rapid weight gain or loss is something very important. It's something that should be taken seriously. And getting weighed at the doctor's office can be the place where that is shown. It's delusional to me. I don't understand.
So I was tagged in a TikTok over the weekend about a girl who said that fat is not a feeling, and she was 100% correct, but she was getting a lot of hate for it. People were saying that, oh, well, I guess you cured my ED now, or body dysmorphia just doesn't exist because now I can't feel fat.
I think fat can be a feeling, especially as someone who has been fat before. Some days I'll look in the mirror or I'll walk by my reflection and I still see that person. And yeah, it is taking away other people's ED or body dysmorphia. Just because you are bigger, that doesn't mean other people can't feel the way that they feel about their bodies. Them saying I feel fat has absolutely nothing to do with you and everything to do with them.
But if you were to Google "is fat a feeling," you would get so many sources that talk about how fat is not a feeling, it's not an emotion, and how important it is in ED recovery to actually acknowledge what it is that you're feeling and what you're going through.
I feel like I look bigger than I do, so that is me feeling fat.
People don't say "I feel kidney" or "I feel hair." They aren't feelings, they're not emotions. You can have hair, you can have a kidney, you can have fat, you can be fat, but you cannot feel fat.
I think it's weird trying to tell people how they feel. I feel bloated. I feel gross. I feel like I am bigger than what I am. I feel fat. I wanted to paint my fat positive nude on live without getting it taken down. Okay, so they're saying they were on live trying to paint this, but it kept getting taken down for nudity. I don't think it's because it's you painting a fat person. It's just simply because it is nudity regardless. If you were to do this with a thin body, it would also most likely be taken down. Paint whatever the hell you want. I don't care. I'm gonna have to blur that out though, because I don't want my video to be taken down.
A reminder that if a fat person is talking about fat shaming and how it's not okay and how people shouldn't do it, and your only response is, well,
why the f is she recording herself on the toilet? That's disgusting.
Well, it goes both ways. Skinny shaming's a problem too.
Yeah, skinny shaming is a problem. Why do you think it's okay to shame skinny people, but it's not okay to shame fat people? Like a fat person can tell someone, oh, you need to go eat a burger, you're too skinny. But then the skinny person tells them, oh, maybe you should stop eating burgers. And all of a sudden it's a bad thing.
Oh, newsflash for you, you're not helping and you're being fat phobic. You're silencing fat bodies and you're making it about yourself.
That's real rich coming from her. Oh my God. I wonder what she's been up to.
Everybody knows that skinny shaming happens, okay? But the thing is that people not always know that fat shaming happens or that fat shaming can follow through.
Oh, trust me, we know it happens because that's all you guys talk about.
And become discrimination and fat oppression. And saying to a fat person when they're talking about their own experience, and all you have to say is, but it goes both ways. Skinny shaming's a problem too.
Okay, I will agree with her. If someone is talking about their experience and then they say, well, what about this? It's like, we weren't talking about that now, were we? We can talk about this topic. It happens a lot with women. If they post online like, hey, this man abused me, people are like, well, men get abused too. I'm like, bro, are we talking about men being abused on this post? No. Go make your own thread about men being abused. We're not talking about that here. Well, it happens to men too. Yeah, but this is a post about women. Go take that, flick you somewhere else. Go make your own thread about it. So yes, I will agree with her on that specific point.
You are taking their voice away. You are talking over them and you are silencing them. It's not okay and you become part of the problem when you do that. So next time, just listen and then make your own goddamn video.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Me carrying the weight of being the fat girl he can't leave alone.
Despite what I wondered about where the 10,000 steps a day guideline came from, I did some research and I found out, and I'm here to tell you what happened. A professor from Harvard, Min Lee, was also curious about this too, and you're gonna be mind blown about where this came from. It all started because a Japanese company was selling pedometers, and the Japanese character for 10,000 looks kind of like a man walking. It is literally a marketing strategy.
Stop trying to use this as a reason to sit on your lazy ass all day. The average American only gets 2,000 steps per day and they eat approximately 3,000 to 4,000 calories per day. Knock it off. Stop trying to find a reason or an excuse to not go get your steps in. You should go get your steps in. 10,000 steps a day is not difficult. I'm sorry, but it is simply not. If you are working your way up towards that, that is great. That is awesome. But if you are even slightly active during the day and make some type of effort, set an alarm on your watch, you can get 10,000 steps per day. I promise you.
A marketing strategy. So then Lee, the professor from Harvard, took a little bit further to see how many steps actually improve your health. Mortality rates continued to drop up until 7.5K steps a day when the results kind of leveled out.
This is true, but don't let this fact prevent you from getting more steps in. Having a higher step count aids with fat loss, and it also helps with mental health. 7.5K is the golden number to reduce mortality, but 10K plus is a superstar for fat loss, especially since it's low intensity, steady state cardio.
So this is just a reminder that if you're struggling to get 10,000 steps a day in, it's okay. And
yeah, it is okay to struggle. However, you should want more and better for yourself. If 7,000 is your max, then that's fine. However, you should be shooting for 10,000 steps per day.
Babes only.
Oh, I'm not a fat babe. I was a fat babe. I didn't consider myself a babe. I was a wreck back then. I was not taking care of myself.
You're partnered with a person who is...
Oh man. My spouse is very conventionally attractive, and they're also a professional tattoo artist, so they're like really heavily tattooed and they look really cool, and they look much more visibly queer than I do as like a fat femme woman. And we have this super fun thing that happens where other queers will just like come up to them and start hitting on them, like right in front of me, like flirting with them and fawning over them, and I just kind of have to like stand there and take it.
No, you don't have to stand there and take it. Your partner should shut that shit down immediately as it's happening. Within the first few seconds or sentences, they should know what's up and they need to shut that down.
And it's happened like several times. I'll just be completely ignored. Like,
well, if they don't know that you two are together, then I mean, yeah, I guess if you're gonna go hit on someone who's standing with someone else that they don't know they are with, I mean, yeah, I guess you'll kind of be ignored.
Not even a hi, how are ya? I'm just like part of the wall. Am I spouse?
Yeah, no, yeah, you should. If you were gonna hit on someone, say hi to both people and then hit on the person, so that is pretty weird.
This is like really awkward, so they don't always fully understand what's happening. And as I'm talking about this, I'm like, you know what, this hasn't happened in a while, maybe it's not a thing anymore, but we've just been in quarantine, we haven't been anywhere.
Something that I...
Okay. Was that attached to the first video? I don't know, that was weird.
Think about, with some frequency, scrolling through this godforsaken app, is that in the conversation around fat activism, fat people are made to seem like crazy for our ideas.
I think fat activists are crazy for their ideas because they expect society and the entire planet to cater to them and to change things around and to accept them simply because they are gluttons and they refuse to control what they put in their mouth. I do think that is crazy. I think it's crazy to ignore your health and ignore all of the health implications that come from being overweight, being obese, or having overweight, having obesity. I think that is crazy. I think it's crazy to try to normalize that this is good and normal behavior when it's not. I don't want to see gluttony normalized. I don't want to see obesity normalized. I don't want to see people not holding themselves to their highest standard normalized. I don't want to see that.
Like, people genuinely question my intelligence and my sanity when I talk about these issues, and I know that happens.
Yeah, because you are absolutely crazy to think that this is healthy or okay or that it should be normal. Yeah, I do question your sanity.
Happens to other people too. Like, I get very sincere comments, like claiming that I've been like brainwashed by body positivity.
Yes, because you have, and you can speak to the dozens, if not hundreds of people who have found their way out of the body positivity movement, and they will all say the same thing. It is a cult. It is a death cult. I always talk about her, Angelica Unfiltered. She's my best example. She was in the body positivity, health at every size movement. She found her way out, and she was like, that crap was crazy.
And yet I scroll through this app. I've been on here for like over a year now, And countless times over and over and over again, there's always some kind of trend, whether that's like, you know, like the body like stretch thing that makes you look fat, and then, you know, you turn it off and you look, you know, yourself again. Same thing. There was another one for your face. There's like multiple ones for your face, actually. And I see hundreds, if not thousands, if not millions of people using them to like placate themselves, to make themselves.
Yeah, because it's funny and interesting to see what you would look like if you were that big. Again, has nothing to do with you. I have a whole video. I did a reaction to, what was it? Kiana, one of her videos about the fat filter. This has nothing to do with you and has everything to do with that person. It's a funny filter.
Feel like, oh, thank God I fit actually into this, you know, beauty standard.
Oh, thank God that I put in the work to not shovel food down my throat and to exercise on a regular basis and to get enough sleep and take care of myself. Thank God I fit into this beauty standard. Most people that are fit put in work to fit into that beauty standard. And you can too. You just need to do the work. We are not changing beauty standards because you don't want to put in the work. It's not how it works.
This like horrific, racist, fat phobia.
How is this? Oh my God. The fat white women talking about racism because people don't like obese bodies is so infuriating. It is not racist to not be attracted to fat people.
Etc. beauty standard. And I know for a fact, because I've seen it hundreds of times, that people use them because they make them feel better about themselves, even if only for a second.
I just use my old fat pictures to make myself feel better about myself. I don't need to use a filter. I was pretty big. I mean, compared to like, there's a spectrum. But I was pretty big for my size. I am 4'11", and I was around 160 pounds. That is class 1 obese, and let me tell you, 160 was not a good look on me at all.
So you're telling me that you need to stand in front of like a funhouse mirror to feel better about—
oh my God, it's not that deep.
Your body, and yet somehow when I suggest, or when other fat people suggest, that maybe you could work on your fat phobia,
no,
and like unpack all of this like beauty standard shit that we're taught from a very early age, maybe if you unpacked that,
no,
it would actually—
how about you unpack why you're addicted to food?
Lead to a greater good. And somehow we are like the unwell ones, yes, for suggesting that.
Correct.
It baffles me.
And I'm so done with the coddling and hand holding of fat people. Like I'm sick of it.
I hate to be like academic about it, but it's like a Plato's cave kind of situation where like fat phobia is a hell of a trip. And if that's all you've ever known for your entire life, as most people do,
well, luckily for you, you can change your body. Every single choice that you make on a daily basis is a vote for who you want to be. And if the choices you are making contribute to you being obese, then that is on you. That is your choice. Yes, are things hard? Can things be difficult? Yes, I get it. I've had horrible mental health issues. I'm technically neurodivergent. I have been there. Yes, I get it. I know how hard it can be, but it is possible. And that's my biggest gripe with the fat acceptance health at every size movement is they make it seem like it is impossible, and it's not. Is it hard? Sure. Yes. But guess what? You can do hard things. You don't have to just lay down and accept, oh, I guess I'll be obese forever. I guess I'll take off 20, 30, 40 years off my lifespan. No. What? You don't have to concede to that.
Then anyone who's worked on that and gotten out of that mindset is going to sound insane to you. But the stuff I talk about and the stuff other fat people talk about literally could not be more legitimate. Like, it could not be more important in this day and age.
No.
So I'm tired.
You're tired because you eat nothing but ultra processed food. Okay, this is what it says. Thin women. Hey, guess what? Plus size woman. I despise guessing games. Thin woman. I'm going to be the forefront of the body positivity movement. Big woman. Oh goody. Thin woman. I was told to eat a burger, so I'm joining the body positivity movement just like you. Fat woman. Well, forgive me for not leaping for joy. Bad back, you know? Okay, well, listen up here, you doorknob. The body positivity movement was not created for fat people. It was created for people who had burns, people who were born looking a little bit different. Fat people co-opted the movement, they took it away, and then they made it into what it is now. The fact that they think that thin people cannot be a part of the body positivity movement is actually disgustingly insane. So you're telling me that then people shouldn't be positive about their body? I think that's weird. I think that's super weird, and this is why we talk about it.
My For You page has been absolutely full of people talking about fat acceptance, and it makes me super happy, especially to see a lot of straight size people.
Again, with the straight size, oh my god.
Also jumping in and coming to our defense as we're trying to dismantle fat phobia on this app. I just wanted to add a little
about dismantling fat phobia. As if it's like the same thing as trying to dismantle like racism or misogyny. It's not even on the same freaking planet. Give us a break.
Note, because I'm seeing a lot of straight size people revolve their argument around this idea of health. And there's
health. Like how she put in quotes, health. As if health does not exist.
saying body size and weight don't give you the full picture of someone's health because there can be unhealthy thin people and healthy fat people.
That's mostly true. Yes, there is. When it comes to the unhealthy thin people, absolutely 100%. When it comes to healthy fat people, it's up to a certain point, and eventually if you stay fat, you will become unhealthy.
And that's true. But this emphasis on the idea that there are healthy fat people and that's why we need to dismantle fat phobia is bad.
So they're trying to give you guys at least some breadcrumbs. They're giving you some type of approval, but it's still not good enough.
And not even diving into the fact that healthy versus unhealthy are very loaded, complicated terms.
No, they are not. They are very clearly defined.
Some fat people are unhealthy, and that's okay.
That is not okay. Why are you okay with being unhealthy?
We all still deserve to live in a world without fat phobia.
Sure. I guess. Okay. The fat acceptance movement is so toxic. Imagine calling your doctor fat phobic because they tell you that your weight makes you high risk for diabetes. Exactly.
Let's talk numbers, shall we?
Oh my god.
When a thematic
Why did she take off her glasses like that?
analysis was conducted of 21 different studies within the U.S. National Library of Medicine, these studies confirmed the 10 following themes within fat patients: contemptuous, patronizing, and disrespectful treatment, lack of training, ambivalence, attribution of health issues always to excess weight, assumptions about weight gain, barriers to healthcare utilization, expectation of differential healthcare treatment, low trust and poor communication, avoidance or delay of healthcare services, and doctor shopping.
Yes, and these are horrible things that should not happen. I 100% agree with this. However, still asking not to be weighed at the doctor's office is still delusional and stupid. Should fat people be treated better at the hospital, at doctor's offices? Absolutely, 100%. I don't think anyone is claiming that this does not happen, but still refusing to get weighed is still insane.
The assumption that a fat person's healthcare problems are always related to their weight allows many underlying conditions and potentially dangerous diseases to go undiagnosed.
This is true. However, a lot of the issues are caused by their weight. Not all of them, no, but a huge majority of them.
Fat phobia kills.
And obesity also kills. And I would argue it kills on a much higher rate than fat phobia does, or the doctor just simply being lazy and not doing the job properly. When your friend's Facebook status reads, "I'm looking for 5 friends to join my new diet group," and ironically she decides to give you a call. Did she though? I'm not answering, sis. And then she's pouring wine into a tumbler. That's lovely. Or you tell a big person to eat healthier, to stop eating, to eat less, eat a salad, eat a salad, eat a salad. She didn't edit that part out. You don't know the personal struggles they go through. A lot of us deal with EDs. Well, yeah, obviously, if you're that big, you're dealing with an ED. BED, which is the most common ED out of all of them. There are more people who suffer with BED than Anna and Mia combined. So yes, this is an issue. Some of us go days without eating. Okay. Oh, they always conveniently leave out the hinging part. Yes, you might go days and days and days without eating. However, you are hinging and making it all back up. That is a part of the cycle that needs to be talked about. Some of us puke up everything we eat. Yeah, but you're still eating a copious amount of food. You're still eating too much to the point where your body is storing that energy as excess body fat. All of us are trying to exist. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. You can exist. But if you're preaching, if you're trying to normalize obesity, and I'm not saying this woman is, but if you're trying to normalize obesity and talk about all the common tropes in the body positivity, health at every size world, people are going to talk about it. Whatever you put online, people are going to talk about it. They're going to make content out of it. That's just how the internet works. How to wear a crop top if you're fat. I think this is actually the first man that we've seen like on a TikTok. Number 1, buy crop tops that suit your style or interest. Number 2, put one on. Number 3, you should probably pair them with shorts or pants or a skirt. But then again, only shirt and shoes are required at most stores. What? I mean, pants are still required. I mean, yeah, if you want to wear a crop top and you're fat, wear it, but don't get mad when people are staring at your gut that's hanging over your pants. Hello.
Thing I've noticed a lot when I talk about being fat is that then people love to chime in with something that they think is a compliment, but it's not actually, and that is, oh, but you're so beautiful. And nowhere in the conversation when I'm talking about me being fat do I insinuate that I don't think that I'm beautiful. Like, come on.
It's because most people are not attractive to fat people. So when you're calling yourself fat, you're in a roundabout way calling yourself unattractive, because again, most people are not attracted to ugly people or to fat people. So they say, well, you're beautiful. So then someone tries to make you feel better by saying, oh, well, you're beautiful.
I know I'm a very attractive human being, but I'm also a fat human being. Like, that's just my body type. That's just...
Whether or not someone finds you attractive is completely subjective. Whether it's your face or your body.
Me. So I think when people say, oh, you're so beautiful, they're assuming that the word fat is synonymous with the word ugly, which...
Yeah, it's not. I mean, we talked about this earlier. To some people it is, some people it's not. Again, does she have an ugly face? Not really, but do I find her as her entire body attractive? No. I don't think that's attractive.
Which is not true, and which has been used in the past, but we need to start moving on from that, where fat equals ugly or ugly equals fat.
I do think we have moved on from that, and I'm moving on from this video. Get it. You shouldn't be riding that horse. Poor back. So I'm assuming this is a video of her horse riding, and yeah, horses have weight limits. There are, I don't know how big she is, I can't really tell from this angle, but yeah, when we went to the Grand Canyon, yeah, we did whitewater rafting and camping in the Grand Canyon, but the days before that, we stayed at this bar ranch thing, and they had horses, and guess what? If you weigh a certain size, you can't ride the horses. There is a weight limit on horses.
Events really make me laugh. Here I am, making plans for hits, WEC, equine affair, trailering down to ride with Philip and Will.
That whole sentence did not sound like English to me.
And these haters have probably never even ridden outside of whatever backwoods hillbilly town they ride in, if they've ever even ridden a horse at all. So you guys just keep hating. I'm gonna keep being 100% fabulous and kicking your asses in everything I do. But have a nice day.
Yeah, I don't know how big she is, so I can't really comment on if she should or shouldn't be on a horse. But I imagine if she's an equestrian, then she knows how much weight can be on the horse. So
if you're a weirdo and dip your fries in ranch, you're gonna be shook. You're not gonna believe what I found, and you got me messed up if you actually think I'm gonna use this for chocolate. Cause no, I literally had to put so much ranch, but also why is it so satisfying going up the tube? It started working, and now I can die happy knowing that this exists. Tag a friend who dips everything in ranch.
16. That was disgusting. I love ranch. I don't eat normal ranch, obviously. What I do is Greek yogurt from Trader Joe's, And then you get the ranch dips, and then you mix that together, and boom, there you go. Healthy ranch, high protein. You're not looking like that.
Years, study after study has shown us the same thing. Among people who
What's up with all the background music? There's like 2 different songs playing at once.
pursue intentional weight loss, 95 to 98% of them will regain the weight that they lost within 2 to 5 years.
I love this one. I love this one. Yes, because people are doing crash diets. The vast majority of people, when they lose weight, are not doing it properly. They're not making a lifestyle change. Ask anyone who has lost any substantial amount of weight and have kept it off. Hello, I've lost over 50 pounds and I've kept it off for over 5 years now. You have to change your lifestyle. I always say this, if you're on a diet and you cannot see yourself doing this diet for the rest of your life, you are on the wrong diet. You are doing it incorrectly, because once you stop doing keto, carnivore, vegan, I know vegan and vegetarianism isn't technically a diet, but you know what I mean. People will do that to lose weight. Once you stop doing that, what are you going to do? You're going to go back to what you were doing before. What you were doing before is why you got fat in the first place. So yes, you're going to regain the fat back. Also, even if this statistic was true for people who did it the right way, wouldn't you want to try? Oh, 95% of people getting back, I might as well not even try. Why? You don't even want to put in the effort? What kind of loser bitch shit is that?
2/3 of those people will regain more weight than they lost in
Oh, so I might as well not try. I might as well not try.
the first place. Significant, sustainable weight loss is not possible for the majority of the population.
Yes, it is. And especially now with GLP-1 medication. I know people have mixed feelings about that. That's fine. Take it if you want to. Don't take it if you don't want to. But it is possible. It is 100% possible. You just need to want it bad enough. And I know people don't like that either. But if you want something bad enough, you are going to do it. Number 2, you need to be willing to put in the work, which goes in hand with wanting it bad enough. You have to put in the work. People lose weight, they lose significant amount of weight all the time, and they keep it off all the time. But it's work. You need to put in some freaking effort.
Many people who pursue intentional weight loss end up developing what's called chronic weight dissatisfaction or weight cycling. It's most commonly known as yo-yo dieting.
Yes, and again, because they are not doing it the correct way.
And it's when you gain and lose weight repeatedly. The science shows us that weight cycling poses a much larger risk to health than just staying fat.
I don't know, I'm gonna have to look at that up. But again, so you're not going to try.
Imagine that.
She thought she ate with that. I mean, she do be eating, but she...
Fat. And I have this radical idea that I'm allowed to exist.
No one is saying you can't exist. Just stop trying to say that being fat is okay or healthy.
And not just to exist, to thrive.
You're not thriving at this size. I know you're not. If you're at the point where you can hardly wipe your own ass or dry yourself off properly, or you can't walk up a flight of stairs without being winded, can't tie your shoes without holding your breath, having to dry off underneath your fat rolls so you don't get rashes, I don't think that's thriving. Developing asthma, developing type 2 diabetes, I don't think that's thriving. Not being able to feel your feet because of necrosis, I don't think that's thriving. You're not thriving at this size. I have people in my comments all the time. I love when they tell me their stories. Like, oh, I didn't realize how bad it was until I lost all this weight. I didn't realize, like, oh my gosh, wow, I can actually do X, Y, and Z thing. I can chase after my kid and not be winded after 30 seconds. You're not thriving with lower energy and stamina. You're not thriving with joint pain and mobility issues. You're not thriving with your reduced hormone imbalance. You're not thriving when you get sick or you get injured. Your recovery is slower. You're not thriving with your depression and anxiety because yes, there is a strong two-way link between obesity and mental health issues. You're not thriving with your body dissatisfaction because as much as you want to say you love being fat, we all know that you don't. It is a cope. You will not be thriving with your lowered lifespan. It is just the simple truth. You don't need a lie to kick it.
To make the world more wonderful.
How?
Because I was in it. and because I knew my value.
If you knew your value and if you truly respected yourself, you would be treating yourself with respect by eating a mostly whole food diet, 80-20, 90-10. I'm not saying you can't have your favorite junk food. Have not said that, have never said that. But if you truly loved yourself, you would be fueling yourself properly. You would be eating enough and enough nutrient dense food. You would be exercising on a regular basis. You would be going out for walks. You'd be getting adequate sunlight. You'd be getting proper sleep. You wouldn't be doom scrolling at night. You wouldn't be stuck with your electric light box to your face all day long. Let me see your screen time. Like, no, that's not value. That is not respect for yourself.
I'm not going to comment on your weight loss. I'm not going to comment on your weight gain. Your weight fluctuations in every iteration are deeply human, terrifically ordinary, and absolutely devoid of moral implication whatsoever.
I guess. I mean, if someone is intentionally trying to lose or gain weight, and I see they have been doing that, I touched on this earlier in the video, yeah, I will comment on it, especially if I know if they're doing it in the healthy way. Yeah, absolutely, because guess what? Losing weight or gaining weight, depending on where you're starting from, is hard. It is difficult. It is probably one of the most difficult things that people will do in their entire lifetime. So if I see people putting in actual effort to better themselves, to get their health back in control, yes, I'm going to comment on it and I'm going to say, good freaking job. I am so proud of you.
I'm not going to comment.
Funny concept of how size and weight works. I remember I asked a skinny person once, how much do you think I weigh? And they're like, 200? Like, Bessie, I'm 300. Probably more. How much? People have such a funny concept of how size and weight works. I remember I asked a skinny person once, how much do you think I weigh? And they're like, 200? Like, Bessie, I'm 300.
Yeah, I don't have scale eyes when it comes to people. I do have scale eyes when it comes to food. I know how to say, oh, that's approximately 200 grams of chicken thighs, or oh yeah, that's about 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. But also, we as a society, we have the way that we perceive human bodies have been so skewed because we are so used to seeing overweight/obese people. So when they see people like me or even Lot Lifts, I know some of you guys do watch her. She's a newer content creator. Go give her a follow. She's hilarious. Her accent is freaking incredible, but she's also really funny, and she very similar to me. She just says things directly and how they are. She was also, I don't know if she was considered obese or just overweight. I can't remember what she said her stats were, but people even in her comments, I get this all the time too, like, you weren't even fat, like you weren't fat. And it's like, yes she was, and yes I was. You were just used to seeing obese and morbidly obese and super morbidly obese people, that whenever someone is just class 1 obese or even just normal overweight people, you think those people are a healthy body size, and they're not. 77% of all Americans are either overweight or obese, and of that, 44% are obese. And then I think it's like 7 to 8% are super morbidly obese. Our perception of human bodies have been so heavily skewed. And when they see someone who's a normal body size, a healthy body size, they're like, oh, they're underweight. Like, oh my God, you guys are crazy.
Probably more. I haven't weighed myself since quarantine, which is
Maybe you
beside the
should.
point. Your weight and size literally don't matter at all. But then
Weight and size does absolutely matter.
like they'll be like, oh yeah, I have clothes you can borrow. Size large. It's a t-shirt. They're like, oh, it's pretty big on me. It'll probably fit you. Size large, belly shirt, crop top. Crop top.
Oh, so sorry your friend is looking out for you and offering to let you borrow their clothes. Maybe you should be happy that they don't see you as big as you actually are.
Bless their little noodle hearts, though. They have their heart and mind in the right place. But damn, do they have no perception of weight and size? It is literally insane.
If you look at me right now and you don't think this is hot AF, that sounds like your problem.
I'm not even gonna comment on that one. I'll let you guys comment on that one. Okay, some more Marissa Matthews. Oh Lord. Her replying to a comment, sorry, but I calculated and that's 500 calories over the healthy limit. You'd be gaining around a pound per week if you eat like this constantly. Yes. If you eat 500 calories above your maintenance, so let's say your maintenance is 2,000, this is just an example, your maintenance is most likely not 2,000, well, depending on how big you are or tall you are and how active you are, whatever. Yeah, if you eat 500 calories extra on top of that per day, you will gain about a pound of fat per week. That's very easy to do if you're not paying attention or if you're eating normal ranch. Dancing. I'm gonna have to take out that music, but she's acting like it's cute. That's not cute, being morbidly obese. Me thinking of how I can make the fat phobes mad today. Okay, let's see. Exist. It's not you just existing, it's the concept, it's the rhetoric you talk about. If you were just posting like videos of you in outfits, most people would not care. We do not care.
All I want is a chubby girl with tattoos that likes to get weird, eat tacos, and be called pretty. Is that too much to ask for?
Fat bitch. What do you weigh? Like 200 pounds?
No, she's more than 200 pounds.
There's no way you think I'm that skinny. Are you flirting with me?
Oh my god. What is going on? I'm so confused. The way you move is embarrassing. You've let yourself get to this point. Take responsibility for your health. And then she's just dancing. Okay. So it's like 4 minutes. I'm just so confused. What I eat in a day? Chubby girl edition. You're not chubby, you are obese. Bagels. Cream cheese. Okay. Good thing there's no chewing. Baked Cheetos. Okay. Some fruit snacks. I have these fruit snacks from Whole Foods and I keep them in my gym bag because if I'm doing a 2 a day, so if I'm running and lifting, I'll need some very quick acting carbs in between. And these are excellent for that. I don't eat them otherwise because I don't snack. I'm not a snacker. I don't believe in snacking, at least for me. If it works for you, more power to you. But for me, snacking does not work for my goals. I eat to fuel myself for my training. I eat for my aesthetics and I time things properly so my body is utilizing it in the right way. You don't have to do that. I'm not saying you have to at all, but fruit snacks, if you are a runner or even a lifter, really, they are great. The ones that I have, I think, they have 16 grams of carbs in them. And they're like these little, they're kind of like gushers, but from Whole Foods, so they're colored with like beetroot powder and stuff, but they're really good. They're tasty. When I did my 31-mile bike ride, I fueled with those. And if you're wondering why I don't snack, I'm not a snacker, it's because when I used to be a snacker, my snacks they weren't beneficial to me. They were like that, like fruit snacks and like these random things that are basically just carbs and fat that I really didn't need. And I found when I was tracking my food, my meals I would eat were really small. And then all the snacks added up would be like 1 to 2 full meals that I could have eaten. And I'm like, I'm constantly hungry all day. I'm having these horrible energy and sugar crashes because I'm just dumping myself with sugar basically all day long. So how about I just take each meal, I make the meal big, I make the meal hefty. I talk about this all the time. I'm a fan of hefty meals. I like my meals to be big. I like them to be protein and fiber based, and I like them to be balanced, obviously, but I need my meals big enough where I can eat a substantial amount of food, feel full, feel satisfied, get in all my nutrients, and then have that meal carry me into my next one. So instead of my hunger going like up and down, it's more of a casual like drift into the next meal. There's no crash, there's no cravings. I don't crave food. My food noise is like a 1 out of a 10 when it used to be like a 9 out of 10 when I was eating just crap like this. Now that I eat, right now it's basically 95% whole foods and then 5% whatever I want. My food noise is basically a 0. It's because I eat primarily whole foods. I prioritize protein, I prioritize fiber, and I make sure I'm getting in my nutrients. And when you're feeding yourself like this, you don't really crave anything. Your body doesn't really want any of this junk food. So give it a try. I tell people just try to eat 80% whole foods for 1 week. Genuinely, try to eat it for 1 week and see how you feel. I promise you, you will feel better. People in my comments say it all the time, like, I tried it and oh my God, what a difference. And I'm like, I told you. I told you. Yeah, okay. Woo, that is all I have for you guys today. Oh, the fat acceptance, health at every size community, they're just delusional and absolutely stupid and insane, and I will keep talking about them until they go away. Till they go away forever. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys being here. Consider liking this video if you have not already. Please subscribe. I'm chasing 40,000 subscribers. Oh, that was a weird noise. I'm sorry. By the end of the year, or maybe by the end of November, because today's November 2nd. So maybe by the end of this month we can get to 40, and then we can have a big push for 50,000 by the end of the year, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Check out my stickers, my magnets, my 30-day habit tracker, my channel memberships, all of that good stuff. If you'd like to support me, that is always down in the description down below. Here is the comment of the day. I appreciate you guys so much. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you don't want to leave your thoughts, I totally understand. Leave me some November emojis, some Thanksgiving, some pies, some cozy emojis. And until next time, goodbye.
Maybe we can get down, down, down.